there's like, I've never set out to write a song and been like, this one's gonna really make people mad, but like I have halfway through a song read it to Nova or read it to one of my homies and they're like, ooh, shit.
So that happens, man. So you're getting all these people coming at you or whatever. So you do respond with this house.
Right.
So when you wrote that song, like why why did you drop it, and like how long did it take for you to sit back and be like, okay, this is how I'm gonna respond?
I don't think it was like, it's weird, dude. Like I don't think it was super like calculated like that. Like, because at first, when there's that many people speaking that loudly at you about like a song in a video, you like start to like question yourself a little bit. You're like, wait, like, am I like
who they
off
say
base here? Like,
yeah,
are they right? Am I this person that they're like painting me as? Like, even though like your intentions might have been good, like, you know, maybe you are this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like when there's that many people consistently being that loud at you, it starts to like kind of mess with your head a little bit. So there was probably like a little less than a month where I was like really uneasy about the whole thing, and I like didn't know how I felt about it. I definitely knew I wasn't going to apologize for it.
Say what you mean and mean what you say. I'm the same type of person.
But I'm not like I'm not like the type of person that's like afraid to like admit that I was wrong.
Yeah.
But like being wrong about something is fine, but I'm not going to apologize for the way that I feel, you know what I mean? So I was just like, I'm not going to apologize, but like, how do I deal with this whole thing? So whatever, I'm like digesting it and just dealing with it as it comes or whatever. And then I just like literally like woke up one day and I was like, yo, you know what? Like, I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck like what the internet says. Doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I'm gonna think how I think, feel how I feel, and say how I say, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
And it was like on that day when that just clicked in my head. Like, it was weird because I'd never had that type of attention before, so it kind of like sent me through the ringer for a minute. But then one day I woke up and I was like, wait, like, I don't give a shit about this. And then like it was on that day that I wrote this house, because I finally just like found myself in all the craziness, and I was like, yo, guy, like, you're not that dude. Like, let them know who the fuck you are. Okay. So that's
where you started kind of stepping into that and be like, okay, this is how I'm gonna, you know, put the pieces into place. Okay.
But it's a little bit of a journey to get there. Right?
Yeah, definitely. So I say you have a niche for controversy. I say you're a controversial rapper because, like I said, you can drop anything and people hate, like, you know, just hate on it. You know, it's either you're gonna love it, you're gonna hate it, but it's polarizing. You're gonna have something to say about it.
Right.
And I compare you to a younger Eminem, because back in the day, as we all know, Eminem would just go out and just say what he felt. You know, that's what he was. So I compare you to that because you're more like, I'm just gonna say how it is. Like, that's just who I am. So you get a niche for it. You know, now you're this controversial rapper. So now you're making music, and it's kind of like, where do I go from here? So in your mind, did you just wake up one day and was like, all right, it's time to piss people off, like, or did you just like just kind of let the music flow, like you just kind of went with yourself, you know, you stepped into the shoes and was like, this is what the people want, I'll give them what they want?
Yeah, or it's not what they want, I'm gonna give them what they not want.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. It was never really like I didn't expect to get the hate, and I didn't expect it to be so controversial to do the white boy shit. I just thought that was just like a record. I thought I felt some type of way. I thought it was a good idea. That was a good song, and that was it. So there's like, I've never set out to write a song and been like, this one's gonna really make people mad, but like I have halfway through a song read it to Nova or read it to one of my homies and they're like, ooh, shit, bro. Like, maybe you shouldn't be saying that. And I'd be like, why?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, well, you know, not that you're wrong, it's that like those are uncomfortable things to say in these times and stuff. And then I'm just like, so what? So me and you can talk about it in the living room,
but you can't put it on wax.
And that's cool, and it's cool for like you and your homies to talk about it on the weekend when you're at the bar together or whatever. But like, when did this music shit change? Like, I've said it like so many times, dude. Like, this whole thing is like, everything is fucking rock and roll to me. And like, rock and roll was always about, less about the music and more about the message and like screaming the truth to the top of your fucking lungs.
Agreed. Yeah.
So like, that's my whole thing, is that like, I'm not here to like make a song that you're gonna listen to in the club with your homies. I'm not here to make a song that you're gonna like just drink to. I'm not here to make a song about Xanax or money or cars or women or whatever the thing is, because like 20,000 of those songs came out this year.
Yes.
I'm not interested in making songs that have already been made. I don't want to make songs that don't need to exist. So that's like my measuring stick. When I write a song, I'm like, does this song need to exist? Is there a space for this song in the world today? And if the answer is yes, then I continue. And if the answer is this song already exists or it doesn't have some pertinent value to it, then I just don't make it. So like, a lot of my records come from like literally watching the news or like staying up on social media or just seeing like what people are talking about, things that my girlfriend says to me, things that we read in the paper and shit. I'll see a headline or read about something and I'll be like, yo, like, what do you think about this? And then Nova is very liberal. So she'll tell me sort of her point of view and I'm like, okay, like I get it, but like what about this though? And I'll like explain my stuff and she's like, ooh, like, I don't know, like, and so it's just like, I don't know, man, like I was born this way, or if you believe in God, like God made me this way. I think a certain way, I have certain feelings about certain things, and like it just so happens that like a lot of people don't agree with that. That's where the controversy comes from, you know? I don't sit around with a notebook like
what's gonna piss people off today?
Against the popular opinion of the day. I just like think what I think, and I'm just like, a lot of my opinions are unpopular, and like, so be it. And I mean, that's great. It's good for my music. Like, I don't ever talk about anything that I don't actually think or feel. So if my opinion's unpopular and that's quote unquote controversial, then like, that's just luck of the draw. It's just like who I am and just the way it goes. And
Wannabe, which is one of my favorite songs. I think actually when I FaceTimed you, I told you I was just listening to it, which is why I FaceTimed you. But so yeah, there's a lyric in there that says, you know, I'm 25 now and I'm confident to say if I don't make it by 30, I'm gonna kill myself. So that lyric really stands out to me in a deeper meaning, because I always wonder what you know, was thinking when you wrote that lyric, because it's a really touchy subject. Two, it's very like it's very deep. It's very like cutthroat. It kind of is like, hey, I'm giving myself the option to make it if I know I'm gonna end it, you know? So what was you thinking in that moment? Like, was you like going through stuff, or was it just a lyric that kind of just fit with the song?
I think it's just like a combination of different things. Like, I've always like, I'll purposefully, I'm like so hard on myself, I put so much pressure on myself and stuff like that, and the only reason that like I'm able to like execute the amount of stuff that I do in a small short time frame and deliver something that's as quality as what I deliver is because I usually set like really unrealistic deadlines for myself.
Okay.
So like when I'm like, I shoot a video or I record a song or get this album done, I'm like, yo, this video needs to come out on this day. This album needs to come out on this day. And like sometimes those time frames that I set are like completely unrealistic, but I'm just like so driven by having not enough time and too much work that it just doesn't come hell or high water, like cuffs or coffins, it's fucking happening. Like I'm gonna get it done. So, and I excel like under pressure like that. And I have felt like a few times in my music I've sort of like told my future with my songs and stuff, where I talked about like I'm gonna tour Europe, I'm gonna like move to LA or California, or I'm gonna make this amount of money, I'm gonna do that, like whatever, get my sister this, get my parents that, like, and a lot of times those things like come to fruition, and it's like, I'm not saying that I'm like a psychic or something, but they're like projections that I've made for myself and deadlines that I've made, that, and I seem to always like rise to the occasion when I set those goals and stuff. So like at that point in time when I wrote that line in Wannabe, so I was 25, so I've been making music for like probably 6.5 years at that point. And I don't remember if that was before I toured Europe or when I came back, but either way, like I went to tour Europe twice. I was like homeless twice. I never had any money my whole life. Like I was just like always broke and like always getting fired from jobs and just like struggling, and was living in shitty apartments and just like struggling, bro. And like I think actually at that time I had just broken up with this girl who at that time I thought was the love of my life, and I like that whole thing. Yeah,
that song was kind of, it seemed like it was a really, really good like fuck you song to like the ex, because like I love it because there's like girls in my life and stuff that like when I play that song I kind of feel the same way. Word. You know, because there's a lot of good bars in there, like when you said when I needed you to find me, you went missing. And I feel that on a different type of level, because like anyone that's been through a breakup of love or whatever the case is knows that feeling, you know. Totally. So that song is really, really dope.
Word, thanks, man. So I think I was probably like in the dumps because of that that relationship and not feeling good. So that sort of, whenever you don't feel good, that's like when you want to do the best for yourself and when you want to excel the most. So I think that was just like a perfect storm of a moment where I was like I said, I set deadlines for myself, and I was just like, I'm gonna set this deadline. Either I like make it or I check out. And that's how badly I wanted it, and that's how bad I felt at the time. So it was just like a combination of not feeling good emotionally and a combination of wanting the world for myself and just giving myself that like ultimatum. Like when I was 16 or 17 years old, I went out and got my first face tattoo. Okay. Like a lot of people out here are like, oh, like he looks like another mumble rapper and like blah 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 blah, and they don't realize like, yo bro, like I was like 17 years old before this whole face tattoo thing happened, and I had my eyelids
I started this face tat shit.
I started this face tat. No, but for real, like look at old pictures of me. I was like 17 years old with that shit. And I didn't do it because I was like, I want to be cool or I want to be hard. Like maybe that was part of it because I was a kid and shit. But like my main thing was at 17 years old, I couldn't hold a job. I got fired from a lot of jobs and stuff, and that was just another deadline I put on myself. I was like, okay, like if I tap my face up,
there's no going back.
I can't get a regular job. I have to make this music shit work. So that was just like, that's set in stone. That was like that's it. The decision's been made. There's nothing else to do but win now. So that's like, it's very similar to that line in Wannabe. I'm just like, yo, like either I make it or I'm leaving. Period. And like, that's it. And like, bro, oddly enough, at 29 years old, Dear Rappers blew up, and
now we're here.
We're here. That's crazy.
That's dope, man. That's dope hearing that, you know, because I'm the same way. I kind of make like fucking far out goals for myself, and I feel like if you don't want it as much as you want to breathe, you're not going to get it, you know. You're not gonna wake up every morning and try to get it, you know. So I really enjoy that.